To KwaZulu-Natal, where at least 6 people have died while 2 others are still missing following flash floods in eThekwini at the weekend. Heavy downpours left a trail of destruction in several communities. Newzroom Afrika's Ntando Mnyandu joins us from Verulam, where eThekwini Mayor Mxolisi Kaunda is currently assessing the extent of the damage. And you're standing by, rather, Ntando, to show us what it is that you are seeing and hearing. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Tutuzile, and to our viewers at home. Well, certainly we are coming to you live from Zwelitsha, which is a township just outside Verulam, on the northern part of Durban, where the mayor of eThekwini, Mr. Mxolisi Kaunda, is doing an oversight visit and an assessment of what has been the damage caused by the downfalls, rains that thwarted the province and particularly Durban, the northern part of Durban, over the weekend. So where we are coming to you live, we've just visited a house where a mother, she's suspected to be at least at around the ages of 56, and her 3-year-old child. They were sleeping when a house caved in due to heavy rainfalls and flooding. As you can see behind me, if my colleague Sbongsen Ngubande would show you that we are on the embankment of a flowing river, where most of these community members are building, and they are staying on floodplains, as you know that you cannot control water, but you can only channel it. So it made its way sweeping through whatever it came across with. But right now I'm joined by the mayor of eThekwini, Mxolisi Kaunda. Baba, thank you very much for your time. What has been your assessment as you visit the area that seems to have been affected the most in Durban?
Yes, on Saturday in the evening we received these shocking reports that communities were affected because we were not anticipating rain which is more than level 2, because those were the alerts that were received from weather conditions. But it went beyond that. We received more than 122 milliliters of rainfall, which then affected houses. It washed away houses. There are roads which are affected. As we speak, in Tongat area, people do not have water because our pipes were severely affected. We'll be moving from Zwelitsha to Tongat to conduct such assessments so that we can quantify the levels of damages that occurred in these areas. We are also expressing our heartfelt condolences to the families. For now, the reports are indicating that there are 6 lives that we have lost in the city. As you know, that it's only MEC for Kolta who can confirm all the numbers in the entire province. But for now, the preliminary stats are indicating that in the city there are 6 lives lost, and also 2 people who are still missing. Our rescue teams working with SAPS, they are working tirelessly to try and recover those bodies if they are found. So we will be working with the families that got affected. We're a team. We have 2 groups. The other group is led by the speaker, and I'm here as the mayor leading the other group with the councillors. So we are here to provide support, both emotionally, and also provide some food parcels to ensure that the families, at least they have something to eat whilst they are still sorting out the challenges and preparing to lay their loved ones into rest. But we are also going to be visiting the bridges that have collapsed. The areas that were severely affected are the northern areas. That's why you'll find that it's Tongat, Verulam, Phoenix, Zwelitsha, and other areas that includes Umhlanga as well as Umdloti. So those were the areas that were severely affected. But we know, in terms of infrastructure, that when you come from the west, our M13s and other roads, there are sinkholes which have developed in those roads. Our teams are on the ground to assess those damages, and also to look at the interventions that are needed speedily so that we can be able to restore life and services to our communities that they are dire in need of.
But Mayor, any concerns about people that continue to build in floodplains and dangerous zones like the one we are standing in? You can see that behind you there is a river that is huge and it's flowing.
Yes, indeed, we've been cautioning communities, but we know that people take advantage sometimes on the weaknesses of policies. because if you remain somewhere within 48 hours, we can't move you without providing you an alternative space to live. But what becomes more important is when we caution people, they should act immediately and move, and don't even erect structures in the dangerous zones and the flood areas that you have identified, because there are many areas where people are building on the river bank, some are building inside the rivers. So it shows that there is a lot of work that we need to do in terms of raising awareness. Yes, we have our early warning systems, sometimes as we are indicating that the warnings that we received was level 2, but it went beyond level 2. You can't confirm the weather. These weather conditions and the climate change challenges that are presented to all these communities, you can't predict. So you need to follow what scientists are saying, but beyond that, you also expect something that you are not even aware of. So we are cautioning residents to really respond to our call. To say, let us not build in the rivers, let us not build along the river banks, because that on its own it presents more dangers to their lives. So it's important to work together, not to say that the government is doing that because it's chasing people away. We do that with the intention of really saving the lives when these conditions present themselves. So it's important that we work together. We'll be assisting those families that have lost their loved ones, and we'll see going forward when they are burying them, and we'll put necessary support.
Thank you very much, Mayor.
Thank you.
Well, that is the mayor of eThekwini, Mxolisi Kaunda. As my colleague Sibongiseni Ngubane joins me, just to see, to show you that what he is saying is the reality. This is the river, and on my right, which then becomes the left of your screen, you can see that it's less than, a meter, from where this house is situated or where this house is built, and the actual river bank, which then poses a threat whenever flash floods and heavy downpours, okay, as you can see that it's not only this house, actually a string of houses, are built on the river banks, and which poses a threat whenever incidences such as this one and inclement weather occurs. So we will keep you updated in our other following bulletins of what is currently happening on the ground.
Thank you very much, Ntando Mnyandu, for that comprehensive update.